Hey guys, welcome to a deck profile of the winner of the recent YCC Championship hosted in our Discord. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Gunslinger Go, well, by name, and I played Mathmech for the YCS this past Saturday, was it?
YCS?
Well, Saturday and Sunday.
YCS?
YCC.
Okay, well, I did want to ask, why did you choose Mathmech over other decks? We were playing on the old ban list, so there were a lot of strong combo decks this format.
Well, you see, I've always had an interest in Rogue, like not what's on the top tables, but what's in the back of the top tables, the meta that's not in the meta. Um, I've always liked the what Rogue is. People don't know what you're playing, they don't know what your cards do or what they are, what can they can climb into. Um, So yeah, it just gives you just a lot more advantage. Sure, combo can go off, but that's why you have to choose a good road deck. And a good road deck needs to have unfair cards and qualities, which I believe I built something that is very close to that.
Right, and I know you were featured on a Sir Eminon video recently with this deck, correct?
Correct. I would play against Virtual World and made some misplays. Not gonna lie.
Well, I'm sure everyone made fun of you for that. Anyways, why don't we move on to the main deck? I'm
All
interested
right,
to see what you got in there.
all right. Start with the main deck. Start with the main deck Mathmech monsters. We got 3 subtraction and 3 addition. So these two basically do the same thing. They target a monster on field. You're locked into Cypress from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. And then they specialize themselves, and then whatever you targeted with subtraction will lose 1,000, and with an addition, it will gain 1,000. So they're just freebie extenders.
So yeah, I said this before. They remark virtual world kind of. Do you feel that, or do you feel different?
Um, Pretty much. But with Virtual World, the problem with Virtual is that you have to target a Virtual World card, not just any card in the field. These guys can target any monster in the field. They Gamma, you can then target Gamma and then go off of 1 card combos
Oh,
from there. Oh, yep, camera.
oh, be good.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
good.
we're good.
Yeah.
I'll probably
Then go
just.
off 1 card combos, 1 card combos from there. And then, but with Virtual World, if you get rid of like their normal and they don't have any like follow up, like a spell, like the spell King Long, to target with their monsters, they can't really extend anymore.
Right. So you think they're a little bit stronger than virtual world in that regard?
And the fact of targeting, the Virtual World has
Yeah.
more they
Utility.
get more benefits. Yeah, they
Right.
get more benefits from their special summons, like sending to grave and all that. These guys just free special summons. There's no pluses, none of that.
Right. Okay. Well, let's go on to the next bunch.
Next bunch. Okay, so we have 2 copies of Sigma. I will probably start playing 3 of this. I don't know why I wasn't. Um, Sigma, if there's nothing in your extra monster zone, you can special summon it from hand or grave. But banish it when it leaves the field, and
So
it also locks you into Cypress from extra.
so it's essentially like addition and subtraction.
Yes, but the problem with the reason I play less, why I was playing 2 Sigma, is because I thought it banishes itself, which is bad for Super Factorial, which is a card I'll get into in a little bit.
Right.
Because if it banishes itself, it's not really that useful. But
Yeah.
it's a good extender.
Right. Okay. And I think the next would be the normal summons of the deck.
Yes, you'd be correct. The normal summons slash bricks, so well, then not really. Got 2 diameter, 2 nabla, and 1 multiplication.
Right. And
So yeah,
I think we didn't really see multiplication come out, at least from the casting desk during the finals.
yeah. Multiplication is mostly just in the deck, so you can bring out nabla to go into Final Sigma and punch for big damage.
Right.
Yeah. So 2 diameter, what diameter does on normal summon, you can target a level 4 Cyberus Engrave, special summon it, but you cannot activate whatever you summon's effects for the rest of the turn. And if it's used for a Mathmech Synchro or Xyz, the turn that Mathmech Synchro or Xyz is summoned, when a card effect is activated, you can negate that effect. It's a wonderful effect on a card.
Yeah. And I saw it come in very clutch in both your games. You were able to stop the disruption on your Alimbertion, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alan Bershin, just crazy card, and with this pair with it, it's just so crazy. Normal summon effect isn't that bad because you can on your opponent's turn you can search it with Wicked, and then get a follow up for next turn.
Yeah. Okay,
It,
and Nabla. I heard DZ with us was talking about how Nabla was kind of a brick. How you didn't really.
Nabla can be a brick. It's not an extender in most of any case, but it's most necessary to play. You have to at least play one. I played two because I just don't like to. Um, I played two just because for reliability of getting to It's actually probably because I don't play the second Laplacian or Allen version, I should say. Because with turn three, usually what you want to do is you search diameter with Wicked on your opponent's turn, and then you normal diameter, bring back one, and then overlay into the second Allen version and get a search, and so you have an omni negate to protect you from anything your opponent might have on their third turn after you disrupted them.
Right.
Yeah, but I played two Nabla because usually with my combo I just search it with Wicked and then normal Nabla, distribute Wicked with Nabla, get multiplication, and then try and go for a TK, which is not as safe. The diameter is definitely safer.
All right. And multiplication is just for the OTK.
Yeah, multiplication is just for OTK. Um, there's a yeah, you can normal it and then increase its level and then overlay into a rank 8. Definitely viable, of course.
All right. Now on to the
Uh,
non-mathematics.
non-Mathmech cybers and extenders and such and more. The main boss of my entire deck, which I love. Best card, 3 Ibli.
I'm getting flashbacks from Goki format already.
Yes. Okay. So if you don't know what Ibli does, if it's sent from in your control from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon it to your opponent's side of the field, and whoever controls Ibli states that you cannot special summon monsters except for link monsters. This is incredible going first tool. It stops Imperm, Nibiru, Gamma. They can chain Gamma to Ibli, but you can also chain block with like Exceed or something.
Ah,
Or you have Ash in hand, you can just Ash it, and they can't Gamma anymore.
right. So,
Yeah,
and it stops so much even on their turn, right? Like we saw
yeah,
against Dragon Link, they couldn't really play through it once you spun their normal summon.
yeah. People say that Ibli's not good because there's just so many generic links now in the game. But that's just true for decks that can't get rid of your opponent's normal summon. If you can get rid of their normal summon, Ibli's just a huge threat unless you're there playing like Salamangreats or another cyber strategy deck.
Right. All right. So,
All right, next up. We have 3 microcoder. So what microcoder does is you can use them in hand for a link summon of a Kotak link monster. You can just use them in your hand, which you usually go for inverted, which special summons a Cyrus monster from your hand to the zone points to, which will then if it's used for a link summon of a Kotak link monster, you can add one sign spell trap from deck to hand. So you can add mining or conflict with its effect.
I see.
So it's just really good. It's not an extender per se. It's more of just a way to get to a bigger board, more disruption.
Right, because conflict, I believe, is a fairly strong counter.
Yes. Yeah, it's negate banish, and then it has a call by the grave effect. So if they like against Dino, if you get their baby, they can't activate baby anymore.
Right, and that's really strong against certain
Yeah.
decks.
Next I have 2 armored Bitron. I only have 2 of this. I don't have 3. I would be running 3 though.
All right, I
Um,
was
Bit-
actually curious about this card when I saw it. I was like, what does that do?
okay, so what armored Bitron does is you can tribute it for cost. To special summon 1 Cyberse monster from your deck. From your deck, but its effects are negated and locks you into Cybers. And then if it's in the grave and a link 3 or higher monster is destroyed by battle card effect, you can special summon it. But the reason I run basically this is for more Ibli consistency because
Ah,
you
so it's
tribute this, get
just
Ibli.
right. So it's just another copy of Ibli, as is like mining.
Yeah, it can also be the second Mathmech name, microcoder. It can be a lot of things,
It can be
just like
whatever you want practically.
practically. But it does have a high chance of getting Ash. But I'd rather have this get Ash than Wicked, and then just play along with my extenders.
Right. Okay.
Next 2 parallel exceed. I don't have 3. I would play 3, but you should know what this card does if you don't.
Pretty strong card.
1 dot scaper. No reason to run more than 1. It's once per duel. If it's sent to grave, special summon it. If it's banished, special summon once per dual effects. And it's really good. It's one card combo, basically, for the minimalist combo. And it's just
Right.
just
So
very nice.
just Gold Sark turns into your entire board, right?
Not Gold Sark. Normal
Oh.
summon Dotscaper is full board. Not
Oh.
Dotscaper. Not sending it, banishing it, or sending it to grave. Sending it to grave is an extender.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, because you need the extra body. Then Dotscaper brings stuff back, and then that's the extra body, and then that's it.
Okay. And then it looks like we're going on to hand traps, and which is the part I kind of want to ask the most about.
Yeah.
Ask.
So for hand traps, 3 Veiler, 2 Ash, and 1 Droll.
So I wanted to ask why the 2 Ash and why the 1 Droll.
Because I only own 2 Ash, and I was like, oh, Droll and Lockbird stops hands. Oh, it's good in meta. It's third Ash. You guys look. It's third Ash
and
now.
the other part is like why the Veilers? Because Veiler isn't that strong in this format.
Veiler might be not this strong, but Imperm is in this format. And now that Call by the Grave is at 1. Veiler's just a lot more versatile.
Right.
Because not many
Okay.
people are playing Call by the Grave because it's just a Saki one of.
Right. Okay.
Also, I don't have Imperms. Next for spells, 3 mining, search whatever you want. Some people say you don't need mining with the consistency of Mathmech. That's completely wrong. You need to search what you need at certain times, and you just need to run 3.
Right. Who's going to say no to more consistency, right?
Yeah. Next for spell one ofs, Mathmech equation. It's Monster Reborn for Mathmechs, and whatever you summon gains 1,000 attack. I'm only playing one of it because you only need to play one of it because if you search with Alimbertion, you can search with Alimbertion, and it's a hard once per turn, so you don't want to draw into too many. Also, you run more Cyber Six Defenders than you do Mathmechs themselves.
Right. Okay. So it's more you search it when you need it.
Yeah.
And it did. I
Then
remember it did come up during the finals.
yeah. Then speaking of Saki one ofs, Called by the Grave Smile, um, Foolish, Gold Sark, and Salamangreat Sanctuary.
the the sanctuary is the most interesting part. I feel.
Yeah. Called by the Graves just stop hand traps because the deck loses very heavily to Droll. Droll just absolutely kills the deck. Foolish and Goldsark to send Dotscaper or Sigma with, and then Sanctuary. Okay, so in my extra deck, I am running 1 copy of Sovereign Great Balinx, and that's to search Sanctuary. The reason you search Sanctuary is because in the instance where your opponent tries to crash Ibli during the battle phase into one of your link monsters, you can activate Sanctuary's effect to turn your link monster to 0, and then Ibli's also 0, so if they try to crash, neither is destroyed.
Ah, I see. I was always wondering like why wouldn't you just why wouldn't the Link monster be destroyed? I didn't actually know Ibli was 0.
Yeah, Ibli's 0/0.
So that's like one of the most interesting parts of the deck. I feel just being able to use the not very well known effect of Sanctuary,
Yeah,
and then you also have
well, again,
Balinks to protect it in case they try to remove it, right?
correct.
Right. Okay.
Then on to the 2 traps around the deck. Conflict, which is the negate banish that you can search with microcoder. So you normally search this when you go for combo.
Right.
And then best card, 2 broken, Mathmech Superfactorial.
Yeah, this card seems really strong on paper. Why don't you explain what
Yeah.
it does?
Okay, so you target up to 3 Mathmech names engraved with different names. You special summon all of them, and then you can choose from 2 effects. You can synchro summon a Mathmech synchro monster. The materials are shuffled into the deck, or you can Xyz summon a Mathmech Xyz to get that effect, and that's all it does. But once we get to the Xyz monsters, you'll see why it's so threatening.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the extra deck now.
Pretty
One
much
thing I want to ask: do you think you would change anything in your hand trap lineup?
my hand trap lineup. Most likely, I would if I had Nibiru's, I'd definitely probably I wouldn't main deck Nibiru's. Main decking Nibiru isn't the greatest thing just because if you go against like just spell heavy drive, I probably side deck Nibiru's. I've been thinking about main tech and gamma, just like activate mining, pitch something, they try to ash gamma. But you need board presence because with superfactorial you need the room to summon 3 Mathmech names. And
Yeah.
gamma just doesn't let that happen. So I just run gamma on the side.
Okay. Anyways, let's move on to the extra deck.
Yeah. Extra deck. Okay, so let's go for link ones. We have one Link Disciple, one Link Devotee for the main combo, Link Karibo, Bay Links, and Link Cross.
That's quite a bit of link ones.
4 Link ones. Well, 5 Link ones. Yes.
Right. Where does Link Karibo come in? Or,
Link Karibo is to tribute the Link Cross token to summon to Wicked Zone during combo.
oh, right. Okay, I remember DZ actually talking about that, where he said how you could use the Link Cross tokens for a Link monster. I was a bit
Yeah,
confused what he meant by that.
yeah. Yeah, people have been doing this have been doing this when Link Cross was legal. Like during the end of a light span, they realized they could just use Link Karibo if it was during their combo.
Right. So I'm guessing Disciple Devotee are like your bread and butter.
Yes, this is the bread and butter combo that can get you to basically anything. It can get you to OTK combo. It can get you to main end board combo. It does it all basically.
Are you going to be keeping the Disciple Devotee combo with Link Cross going and Firewall coming back?
Absolutely. Link Devotee, Link Disciple is pretty mandatory. It just gets your combos going off.
All right.
Firewall coming back is nice. Um, Still thinking about how to implement that because while it does look good on paper, like oh my god, Firewall's back. Oh my god, Cybers. It's it's not as good as it sounds.
Right. So
Well, it hasn't been going good in testing.
you believe that Devotee and Disciple have more value than Firewall?
At this current moment, where we don't have much combos or enough material or it's too much material to go into the Link 4 without using Disciple Devotee combo. Currently, yes.
All right. The next would
That may
be
change when VLAN Hydra comes out, though. Also, Link 2s: Splash Mage, Cyber Wicked, one Kotucker Inverted, and one IP Masquerade.
I believe all of these cards are used in your normal combo.
Correct. Except for IP. IP is only used in the end board. And Inverted doesn't have to be used, but it's alright.
Right. So I believe so. Inverted is used to summon the Nabla. You search it
Yes,
with Wicked.
yes, you search with Wicked for Nabla, then you either use the 2 monsters you have on field for Kotak or Inverted, or use the Microcoder and Link Rebo you summoned for Kotak or Inverted.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So Splash Mage target a Cybers and Grave, special summon in defense position, so you can't target a Link monster or anything like that, but it's useful. It's useful for the Link Rust combo.
Right.
And just general recovery.
Still a monster reborn, right?
Yeah, basically. Cyber's Wicked, best card in the deck. This is so good. So it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and Cyber's monsters it points to cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is extremely good. And when a monster is special into the zone that Wicked points to, you can banish one Cyber's monster from your graveyard to add one Cyber's tuner from your deck to your hand.
Right. And that's how
Yes.
you add the Nabla to your hand, I'm guessing.
Yes, that is how you add Napla.
Alright, and then Kodak or Inverter just summons something upon its Link summon?
Yes, it summons a level 4 lower Cybers, I believe. No, just one Cybers monster.
Alright, and IP is just for your end board, and I feel like everyone
Yeah,
knows what IP does.
yeah. And then IP targets are going third targets, Unicorn, and Avermax.
Avermax, I feel, put in a lot of work
Yeah,
this final.
Avermax is pretty hard to out with the IP.
And just being able to IP your entire board away into Avermax with the Mystic Mine and Ibleon field, I feel like that was a fun play to watch live.
Yeah, Iblis just too broken, man. And then Unicorn obviously just for a spin, and during normal combo you also get the draw if you end on inverted. So you have the microcoder in hand for that, but you get an extra draw.
Right,
And
and
if you
that
need a discard, for Unicorn, Superfactorial, summon to Wicked Zone, grab Sigma, and then you have a discard for Unicorn.
Right. Okay. So
And then
that.
there's a little thing where if you don't have 3 Mathmech names engraved, which you have to for Superfactorial to get its full effect, um, you can use so you can sometimes end on a board of a link token or a link cross token, Code Talker inverted, IP, and Wicked, which I believe I did at some point. So you activate Link Rebo Engrave during your opponent's standby phase, triggering the token, summon Wicked Zone. You activate Wicked, getting the Mathmech name that you should need, so probably Sigma. And then when your opponent normal summons, you link it to Unicorn to spin their normal summon, discarding the third Mathmech name.
And that makes super factorial life.
Bingo.
I think I remember that. I think I remember that from one of the games you played during day 2.
Yeah, it was a Dragon Link game.
Right, and you definitely proved us wrong when we thought Dragon Link was gonna pull through with that game.
Ably's a hard card to out, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, for the Mathemech Season Synchros, 1 Alimbertian, 1 Laplacian, 1 Magma, and 1 Final Sigma.
Right, and I feel like all of these cards, aside from maybe a bit of Magma, are pretty broken.
Yeah, if I had the second Alimbertian, I would definitely run that over Magma. The second Alimbertian is definitely more more important than Magma, so I'd probably cut that for this. But the second Magma is also good. You can get the negate with the on turn 3 with Diameter with it because you target a non-tuner and then sync her into Magma. So
Right.
that's the reason you run it.
Anyways,
So
well,
Alimbertian. All right. So
yeah.
I'll just explain what they do. So Alimbertian, on summon effect, if it's succeed summoned, you can target one. You can detach the number of materials used for the Exceed Sun, and activate one of these each effects. 2, add 1 Mathemech card from your deck to your hand. 3, add 1 level 4 monster from your deck to your hand. And 4, add 1 spell trap from your deck to your hand.
Right, and I think this is the card everyone was looking at when Mathmex were first revealed, just being able to add any spell and trap to your hand.
Yeah,
It's
there's a I believe a 3-card combo where you can get this with 4 materials and pure Mathmech, I believe.
well, I think it fell pretty short after that people realized that it was a bit hard to do.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to do. It's like making a Dryden. Who wants to make a Dryden?
Right, but you do use this in your main combo, correct? To search.
Uh, yes, correct. And then its second effect, you contribute 1 monster you control to special summon 1 Mathmech from hand or graveyard, which is extremely versatile.
Can it
This
tribute itself?
and yes, it can. It can contribute any monster on field.
Okay.
It can get the third Mathmech name engraved if you have like like a normal in hand, like maybe multiplication, diameter, second diameter, another Nabla or something. You can tribute it off to get the second one or the
Right.
third name.
And I believe Laplacian is your superfactorial go-to?
This is the superfactorial targets. If I have 3 Mathmech names engraved. If I don't have 3 Mathmech names engraved, I'll try to go for Magma most of the time.
Right, okay. So what does Laplacian do?
Okay, so this card's actually busted. Um, so on Exceed Summon, you can activate these 3 effects by detaching these main materials. Send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the grave. Send 1 monster your opponent controls to the grave. Send 1 spell trap your opponent controls to the grave. And it has a Kangursu-like effect where if a Mathmech card you control would be destroyed by card effect, you can detach 1 material instead.
Right, so it basically just sends from like your opponent's field and their hand, which
Yeah.
is pretty good.
It is extremely good because we send brothers. Doesn't target, amazing. Getting a card out of your opponent's hand, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Anyways, onto the niche synchro magma.
Yes. Okay, so Magma. Um, so if Magma it has 1 effect. If you destroy something by battle on your opponent's side of the field, you can target 2 cards your opponent controls and destroy, which is a good effect. It's a good generic level 8 synchro, which is because it is generic. Um, it's pretty good for I guess breaking boards. That's pretty much the reason you'd run Magma, to break a board.
Yeah, and it almost did come up in the finals, but you were met with the
Metaverse Solemn
Mystic
Strike.
Mine. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was rough.
yeah. But yeah, Magma's a decent card. It's kind of the only destruction effects you have in Mathmech. Because usually you either OTK or you build the board and then go for turn 3 or 5.
Does Magma have a second effect in the attack
Um,
phase?
if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add one Mathmech spell trap from deck to hand, and that's about it.
Ah, okay.
Also, it's secret rare, so it's shiny.
And then on to the big boy himself. I know someone actually tried to summon this against you during
Ah,
Space.
yes, Virtual World.
Ah.
He dared to make my boy in front of me, and I was like, no, you.
Now, why don't you explain what Final Sigma does for those who
Okay,
don't know?
so while in the extra monster zone, it is unaffected by card effects except Mathmech cards. Um, and if it attacks a monster on the extra monster zone, it deals double battle damage.
And it says any Mathmech card. It doesn't have to be.
Yes. So what you and if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add one Mathmech card from your deck to hand.
Which is also a pretty strong ability.
Yeah. You can either add equation to either revive Final Sigma or just an extender to go into like Aeromax or something, because that would probably be better since you can't revive it in the extra monster zone.
Right. It can only be revived in the normal monster zone, and it doesn't really do anything there, right?
No, it's just a 300 attack beat stick, not even affected.
Right.
Although if it does still get the destroyed effect, which I guess is relevant-ish.
Yeah, but at that point, what are you searching?
Yeah, you're right. Anyways, onto the side deck, and if you want, I can do some combos after this, or like the main combo.
Oh yeah, we can see the main combo. Anyways,
All right.
with the side deck, the gamma that we saw before.
Yep. So, oh, one sec, let my camera. Yep. One sec, just letting the camera go and adjust. There we go.
There we go.
So for the side, I'm going 3 Gamma. It's just a good impactful hand trap. I made this deck to go first, so I don't want Gammas in my main because I want to go first. If I go second, it's whatever. I try to extend, break the board, OTK. But if I know I'm going second, I definitely put in Gammas.
Right.
Then just a couple more going second cards. Gamma Seal. This just free OTK.
And
Get
I
over anything.
right, and you did place this over a Borreload with Savage Lock, I believe, or not
Uh,
Savage, a Buster Lock.
Yeah, I placed this over a Borlo with Buster Lock because because of the next card, Artifact Lancia. I Lancia'd him during the standby phase, so he couldn't get out the Levianeer for the other thing to equip the Buster Lock.
Yeah, and at first we didn't think that would pan out well, but I think it definitely was a valuable opening, and think you did summon the second Gam Seal,
Yeah,
which was pretty
I
funny.
so I had one Gamma Seal in my hand, and I was like, can I draw like I believe it was Dark Hole I was hoping to top deck because Dark Hole would have been really nice there. But I
Yeah.
topped out the second Gamma Seal. I was like, that's fine. So I Gamma Sealed, special Gamma Seal.
Right. Okay. I see that's a Pancratops.
Yes, I do run the one Pank. It's just an extremely good going second card.
Right, and it does so much. It forces out negates. It's a big body.
Big body. Stupid card to be printed. Put back to 3, please. Then for spells, I'm running traps. Um, Three-Brain Chalice, aka Poor Man's Imperm, for most likely Zextal. VFD wasn't yeah.
Can't really hit Virtual World
Yeah.
with it, could you?
Yeah. But I decided to put them in anyways, just because VFD is still a body. It's still something that can activate once again. So they still have to blow up their own VFD, which gets them off a body or like
Yeah,
some
and
attack range.
it does relieve some pressure.
Yeah. Also, if I didn't do Forbidden Chalice, he would have had an extra 3,000 body, which would have killed me during game 2, I believe.
I'm guessing during the Virtual World matchup.
Yeah, where I had 200 life points left.
Yeah, I remember they missed lethal and we were all shocked.
Yeah, it's like impossible. Uh, then 2 Dark Hole just for removal. I probably should have run something else than Dark Hole, but it was the most generic thing I could find at the time.
I think it came up once while we watched you. It was pretty shocking to see.
Yeah, I freaking top deck Dark Hole against Zeus. So yeah, it came up pretty nicely.
Yeah,
Not to mention, it can't really matter against my board since if Wicked points to it.
yeah. And is that it for the side deck?
One more card. Topologic Zeraboros.
Right, and I remember seeing this. What made you want to side deck an extra deck card?
Side decking Zeraboros. The only reason I would side Zeraboros is for back row decks like Altergeist because if I'm going first, I do combo, and then they end their turn. Well, then they do their turn, and if they like set 5 pass or just like do something, um, IIP go into Zeraboros during the end of main phase, and then I activate Super Factorial to go into if I had the second Allen version, you go into second Allen version to get the free search. But I guess you go into
Ah,
Laplacian to get the 6 card I guess they didn't set or whatever out of their hand. And so then it goes chain link 1, chain link 2, you banish all the back row, and you have nothing to worry about for turn 3.
I see. So it's just to deal with those pesky back row. I
Yes,
don't
back
believe
row.
it did come up though.
It didn't come up. Yeah, I would not like to be there. Can be only one. Thank you.
Anyways, in hindsight, is there anything like big you'd want to change about this deck? If you could do
Um,
it again.
Probably the second Allen version, and probably spell and trap removal. If you've noticed, there's none of it.
I know you did get 16 turns of interactive gameplay in the last
Oh
round of
yes,
Swiss.
quite spicy interactive gameplay.
Anyways, before we end it, how about you show us the main bread and butter combo for Mathmech?
No problem. All right, so simple combo Ibli, and let's see, we'll go addition.
So just Ibli plus Extender. That's all you need.
Ibli plus extender or extender plus extender or just normal plus extender, anything. Just 2 Cyberse monsters
All right.
on the board.
Your camera's freezing up a bit, so
Camera,
let's.
work please.
Camera doesn't
Yeah,
seem to like you.
I hate my camera. Okay, so you start off by normal summon Ibli. My extra deck over here. More used to over here. So you normal Ibli, and then you link Ibli into Disciple. You then activate Ibli, which could bait Gamma, or if they have nothing, you just special summon to their side field.
And now you
And now
can't
you,
beat you can't
yeah,
beat Nibiru, Gamma, and Impermed.
yeah, all major hand traps out of the way. You then activate your extender for addition, target disciple, special addition, and then you go into Devotee. Devotee will mandatory lock you into link 2 and lowers. So then you disciple, true devotee, draw one, put one back. Doesn't matter what you draw unless you like draw an extender, you want to put one back. Or you have sanctuary in hand, you want to put that back.
So it basically just fixes up your hand a little bit.
Yeah, mini star usually. And then devotee triggers, getting 2 tokens.
Yeah, it's basically Link Cross.
Yeah, it's basically link cross. Look at it, boys. So then you link one token into a link Rebo. And then you can link 2 into Splash Mage. Then you link the other token into Summon Great Balinx. Use Balinx's effect to search for field spell. So you grab Sanctuary.
Right.
Then you activate Splash Mage's effect, targeting whatever is not whatever is in your graveyard to special summon. Most likely your extender. Then you link Splash Mage into Link Cross, broken card.
No
Then Link
longer with
Cross
us.
no longer with us. Get 2 tokens. Please errata it, lock it into Cyber, smile. Uh Link either your extender or Balinx, it doesn't matter, into Wicked. Then Link Rebo effect, attributing one of the Link Cross tokens to special summon towards Wicked Zone. And then Wicked effect. It can matter what you banish here, because if you're running access code, you want attributes engraved. So if you have like Light Disciple and like Link Cross, you can just banish either of those.
Right. So you usually want to banish something like Link Cross.
Yeah. So I usually banish Link Cross with it, and then that will search your Nabla.
She is a tuner, correct?
Yes. A Cyber's Tuner monster. You then link a 4-2 into code talk or inverted. Use inverted's effect to special summon the Nabla you just grabbed. Then you activate Nabla, tripping the other link cross token to grab diameter, so you can have the negate.
So is that like Alan Bersham's effect to tribute and summon?
Um, yes, you tribute one Cyberus monster you control to special summon one Mathmech from the deck.
Okay.
Yes. It doesn't Xenolock
Which is nice.
for some reason. Yeah. Go into Alan Bershon, then on summon effective Alan Bershon, detach 2,
And this is
add
the this
factorial.
this is the point where I saw a lot of people try to actually like hand trap you, hit you with an
Yeah,
ash, hit you with some kind of way to stop Alan Bershan. And
yeah.
I think
But
this is
you can't stop it.
right.
That
This
reduces.
is where rogue status really comes into play, and where people don't know your deck.
Yeah,
Right.
correct. And then if you have microcoder here, you have an extra body on field. You have an extra body on field, so you can tribute that with Alan Bershon, and then you leave inverted on field. But with minimalist combo right this, use Alan Bershon to tribute inverted to special summon just one from the grave, doesn't matter. And then you link 2 into IP. You set your super factorial, you activate your sanctuary, and you have 3 cards in hand and pass.
Right. So if you had microcoder in those three cards, it would be with Silent Conflict too.
It would be conflict and as well as inverted.
Right. So that's basically what you're going to be doing most of your turn ones.
Yes, and then your
Combo.
opponent's turn. Super factorial, you get these 3. You overlay. And it doesn't matter if they have a negate up, even once you do this. Because you chain block it with Wicked. Soul Plation Chain Link 1, Wicked Chain Link 2.
Right. And if they do try to like imperm or something, you can just use the diameter effect.
Not even that, you can just chain IP.
That too. That works too.
But that's probably not the best thing. You want to keep the unicorn. I'd probably use the negate.
Yeah. Anyways,
But hey, how are they doing that actually? Anyways.
for the last thing, is there what do you think the deck's direction is going to be post Link Cross? Because I don't think we really went into that too much.
Post Link Cross. It's definitely more of a tough thing. It turns off a lot of decks. It's hurt more than this deck. It turns a lot of 2-card combo boards now into more extender boards. That includes Dragon Link, Infernoble. They just have more extenders and much more things. It was the same with this deck. Now we need more extenders. There's future OCG cards that have been seen doing combo. So currently waiting for those for TCG. And still, obviously, there's Firewall, which is obviously a pretty big bump. So that's pretty nice.
Right. Anyways, thank you for doing this. You played some good Yu-Gi-Oh.
I played a good game. I played a card game.
You played good card game. We do host locals every Wednesday and Saturday for those watching and don't know of our community. The Discord link will be in the description. Feel free to give a follow at our Twitch chat. We attempt to stream every time we host an event. Even our nightly King of the Hill, which you can find more details on in the channel dedicated channel.
I'll be there.
And thanks for watching, everyone.
Make sure to like, subscribe.